I cannot believe that this happened. If you guys can't tell, the fuse got pushed out of the plastic. Of course. Hey y'all, my name's Skoolie, and this is Coda, and we are currently building out a school bus. I've told everybody I have no clue what I'm doing, and hopefully I learned something along the way. Definitely have, and hopefully maybe I can teach you guys. Follow along and keep watching. Alright, welcome back. As you guys just saw, I ended up having my fuse basically overheat and out of the plastic of my wiring and basically that casing that it's supposed to be protected in. That was the fuse that came with the cigarette outlet that I have. So today we're going to attempt to fix this, and we're just going to hardwire it straight in and hope that I can get my fridge up and running, because at this point it's been about a week and a half to 2 weeks of it not running. I thought at first it was the domestic wire, but unfortunately it's not. It is my own fault and fuse issues. So let's see if we can get that going. So the first thing I gotta do is disconnect all my wiring, which I just did that over there. And now I'm gonna cut these guys. That's all the old stuff. And then we will attach this so that I can go straight in. This guy in. Perfect. And I'll heat shrink that. The other one. Alright, let's heat shrink that. I honestly love that sound. Alright, let's plug these in. Alright, I'm going to stick the fuse in. Alright, and let's plug her in. Alright, it's working at the moment. I'm going to let it sit and do its thing. And hopefully I have the right wires in and my wires will be fine. But I'm going to be here to watch that. Alright, while that is in and working, considering I've got some time to kill, I am going to show you how I put together my fridge system, how I'm going to be able to use the pull-out drawer and everything so that it works that way. I will say I got this from a Bus Life Story. He did this with a side drawer, and thought it was a good idea considering take a little bit of weight off, and it makes it actually easier when you get to a certain point to be able to pull it out. So all credit goes to him. So first, I've got this little latch. The latch goes up and over. It does stay, just without me moving or anything, but if I move the bus, I'd rather have it latched so that it doesn't have any issues of it moving. So then I do have 500-pound drawer slides, and then underneath, I've got these wheels. We'll see if I can get a better video of them. They currently, that one is not touching the ground. That one is. Excuse the dog hair. Basically, when it's slid back, almost all the weight is taken off of the wheels. But when it is out, it does take all the weight and put it on the wheels, just so that as it's out further, it's not taking all the weight of the fridge, and it makes it so that it's less on the drawer slides themselves. So with that said, this guy just slides right on out, and then I can get access. This one's a little tighter. Sometimes it rubs and sometimes it doesn't, so I can get into my fridge. I do think that I'm going to take the 2x4 for the bed and shave that down just a little bit so that I can easily open the fridge. But other than that, it works, and it's really easy and simple, and it just pushes out of my way when I'm not using it. No problem. And as you saw, the plug is just in the middle there, so that whether I have it all the way out or I have it all the way in, it can stay plugged in and the plug is out of the way of everything, whether it's in the back or up here. So that is my fridge system. I guess I'll give you an update, whether it's in a few days or completely at the end of this video, who knows, whether this works and I don't have to change it again. Thank you guys for watching. How do I start this? I kind of want to just start by saying sorry it's been a while, but I don't know that it matters. So let me start with this. Put you right here. I don't know how this is going to work out, but you'll see. Today, I'm going to be making curtains. Not curtains, bug netting. Using some netting, some Velcro, and some duct tape. Doing this because my stupid self thought that I would be okay with open windows. Now, trust me when I say, the mosquitoes are not the problem. I could deal with the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes were not a problem at all. There's a lot of them, don't get me wrong. But when you get woken up at 12 o'clock at night because there's a bat in your current home, you kind of want to do something about it. So, putting up curtains because there's a bat in my house. Unfortunately, I didn't record any of it. I will say it was hilarious. I thought getting rid of it with a broom would work. Didn't. And then I had to use an empty Starbucks cup that I had sitting around to trap the bat, because that was the only thing that would get rid of it. Now, after probably the most adrenaline pumping night of my life, at least in the bus, I got the bat out, but I kind of am scared that he's gonna make his way back in the bus, because now he knows where I am. So, I'm attempting to make some nets so that at least the big critters don't make their way in, because that would be wonderful. So, I guess let's get to the part where I tell you what I'm doing. So, basically this is the finished product. There we go. It's got some Velcro through here, netting, and then it's all made of duct tape. And essentially, this, if it doesn't stick to everything, will be able to just go on my windows and just stick up. I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but stick up there. Stick on the side. Stick on the side. And stick underneath. And voila. So, hopefully by doing that, I will not get another bat in the bus. I've got one down, I've got two failed, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more windows that I need to make, but at least 1, 2, 3 tonight. So let's see if I can get that done. Alright, I wanted to record before the daylight actually left us. This is what I spent my time doing today. I'm taking all of the test paint off so that I can paint it with primer, and then I can put the new paint on. That way I'm using the right paint, because the paint that I have on there right now would apparently just peel right off, which don't want that doing that. The only other thing was this. There was some rust spots and everything that was really annoying. But I wanted to give an update about my screens that I got put up, and how I'm combating the bat situation and mosquitoes. Actually, I added to that one. So today I added this. Coda still does not quite know how to go inside, so Coda, inside. She's very unsure. Inside. There you go. I think that'll just take a couple tries to go through, but it's working great. I just have to correct it when I go through and make sure that it does buckle back up after. And then I do have these guys up, and then I did 2 other ones over here. I will admit that those 2 are kind of more of a fail than the other ones, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna add some super glue to the duct tape to make it stay a little bit better, and it should stay and work a little bit better than what it currently is. Other than that, I think that's it right now. I am currently in the middle of like 3 different projects and not sure what I'm starting next. I do want to do my countertops next. I think that's where I'm officially going with that. I think I found what countertops I want. I wanted something butcher block, but because they're super heavy and super expensive, I'm not sure that I want to do that. But I found something else that looks like butcher block, but is lighter, and it's a little bit less expensive than butcher block. So stay tuned. That might be coming next. Not sure yet. But other than that, I think that's it for this video. Just, quick little update on that, and, I had the bat situation. I wish I had recorded that because that would have been hilarious. But other than that, I guess see you guys next time. Alright, welcome back so soon. Today's video, I am going to be attacking this. I need to make it a little bit prettier. I lost my measuring tape. I'm basically going to be putting a countertop over it so that it hinges up so that I can put stuff into it, but I also have the countertop clear to make it look a little less cluttered. I lost my measuring tape and I can't find it now. What I'm using for wood is this. It is this stuff right here. I am using that because I didn't want to use butcher block, just because of how heavy it is. So I'm hoping that this will create it so that it's not as heavy, but it'll still give me the same look, if you will. I'm planning on sealing it like it's butcher block, so hopefully it does the same thing. So let's see how this goes. Alright, so the length is 37 inches on one half and 37 on another half. So I'm going to cut it at the 37 and then angle it however I need to adjust for the proper measurements, because I can't do anything square. It doesn't happen. So let's see how this works. I will also say to my father, because I know you're watching, sorry, I lost my pencil. All right, let's go test it. And I lied. I ended up putting it in, cutting it so that I have it cut, and I'm on hardware because I suck at recording. So I guess watch me put in hardware. All right, again, stopped recording because I started doing something. It's a lot easier just to do stuff than to actually record it and then do it, but anyways. So I've got this little section that's solid in there. That's so that it doesn't hit any of my wires. And then this just flips up, got 2 hinges, and flips down. Now I was just sitting on it, not saying that it should hold human weight, but it seems to very well, which is good. And then the one other thing that I am going to do to it is I'm going to put a wood protectant on it. It's specifically a butcher block oil. I know it's not butcher block, but I'm going to treat it the same as butcher block. So hopefully this lasts. If not, it's fairly cheap, so I can always replace it. So I'm going to do this one, and then I am going to have a counter over here. And I do have that sitting in my car. Not sure if I'm doing that tonight or not. It's currently looking like it's about to start raining. So that might be it for this video. I'm not sure yet. I guess you guys will find out in a few seconds.